Well, hey, hey. Oh, wait a minute. That's old cartoon. Right out. Wait, see if everybody can see and hear me. Go fix it for you. Avid, Indiana, Chris, Sandy, Mama Linda, of course.
I see you over there. I see
Uh, who am I missing? Avid, uh,
Christine.
go fix it for you. And yes, definitely Christine. Christine, Mrs. Gillen Farms, a wonderful lady. Uh, she is everything I suspected and expected. Uh, Wonderful woman. Susie Jacobson. Well, howdy.
Hi, Susie.
Lazy days ahead, Jesse. Piggy,
Hi,
piggy, piggy.
Jesse.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what. Yesterday, first time I've ever felt like
Hi, Melinda.
my birthday was more than just another day. Uh, Wonderful people. Uh, I can't exclaim enough how wonderful everybody is and was yesterday. Seemed like every time I turned around, I was getting hit with another surprise. It was all I could do to keep it together and not break down and cry, folks. And Christine, you got to hear that yourself personally. And folks, Christine is everything you think she is. Uh, and Jesse, I'm going to admit to you, I was on the fence about you. I liked you. I liked watching you and all like that. But after yesterday, folks, Jesse is legit as they come. He's a man of deep respect and honor. And yeah, he's all that and then some. And his wife, Lisa, when she hugs you, you know you've been hugged and you know you've been hugged with the love of God. Because she hugs you like God loves you. And she hugged me up and she hugged me tight. And I was like, wow, you're a hugger. And which all of them are huggers. I never was too much in for hugs and all like that, but after having been down and seen Joe and Ginger those first couple of times, uh, getting around and everything, I've been less apprehensive about hugs. Well, actually, I'd have to say, Dale at 9 Acre Family Farms.
Hi, Dale.
I understand why you couldn't be there, but uh, trust me, you were missed. And well, Joe, maybe it's because I'm special. Aaron! Ginger!
Hi, Ginger. Hi, Aaron.
I could sit here and explain for days on end, maybe weeks, how wonderful yesterday was. Like I said, it was the first time in my life I ever felt like my birthday was more than just another day. Yesterday, let's just say that yesterday I feel like I had my first birthday. I really do. Um, it was beyond words. Uh, yes, Mama Linda, absolutely. Got it!
Hi,
Well,
Johnny.
folks, that was one of the many hugs I got from Johnny yesterday. One of them was extra special. He come over here to the side of me like this, hugged me up. You know, my head comes to about right here on Johnny. But anyway, he hugged me up from the side, and there was some stuff in my spine went snap, crackle, pop. Man, let me tell you, it felt so good. Johnny kind of jerked a little bit. He was afraid he broke me. I said, no, that felt great. And, you know, it
He's
would
a
have been,
chiropractor, but you got a Johnny.
hey, there you go. Uh, Joe had told me that, he'd let it be known that if we wasn't going to be able to make it because of car trouble or anything, he was going to come up here and get us and then bring us back when they're done. I told him, I said, I believe you. Yeah, it would take me forever to try to go through everything that happened, all the fun, all the joy, and folks, all the love. Folks, I swam in an ocean of love yesterday. And even though there were other celebrations going on, Joe's going to have a birthday here in a few days. And Jesse and Lisa are celebrating 41 years of marriage and everything. It, they still made it feel like it was all about me. It wasn't, but that's the way it seemed a lot of the time. And, you know, I'm not going to try to get into that too deep because I'm going to bust up crying if I do. Because it was just that special, folks. And like I said in a post, there's only one time that I can equate the love that I felt yesterday to. And that was when I had died that first time and was infused with the unspeakable love, joy, and peace of God. Hands down. And that was from everybody. You know, there was, could it have been better if other people had been there and had been able to make it? I don't know that it could. It would have been great, yeah. If other people had been able to be there. But everything for a reason and a purpose for every reason. It was not yet time for those others to be there. Folks, I'm just going to be honest. I don't know that I could have handled any more love being there. And I know that if my brother Dale had been able to be there, it might have tipped the scales and Piggy would have been in tears because of all the love. But more than that, I was free. I was free to be me. I was freedom to be me. Because I've always had this thing that I say, want me for me. Not for what I can do or might can do, not for what kind of help I might could be. Because at this point in life and the way I am, I can't help anybody except for what God has me tell folks. You know, and uh, yesterday,
Hey, Sappy.
everyone there wanted me there just for me. No other reason. Just because I am who I am. Just me for me. And, you know, y'all kind of got Piggy unplugged yesterday. You know, that is me. So I don't know that I could have handled any more love being there. So I see Sampy in there. Uh, Dale, it was. It truly was. Everything there was a blessing. And I'm going to tell you, and I told Ginger this in a message. I'm so, I'm tired. I've got some aches and pains that are amplified. Already had them, but they're amplified because I might have overdid it just a little bit being there. But I'd do it again every day if I could get that every day, and I would do it with a smile on my face.
I told him I was going to have to plan a big party for him next year since he's turning 60.
Right? Yeah, you sneaky little things. We sure did. We had cake too. And as I understand it, there was a couple of them kind of fighting over who was going to pay for it. You know, folks, you talk about making somebody feel really special. That makes you feel really special. And oh, Jesse, I'm glad you think that. I mean, oh, damn, food's great, but it paled in comparison to the company that we were keeping yesterday. I mean, yeah, it was great food.
The food was great. I'll be honest, I ate very little. I was just watching everybody and listening and
Yeah,
talking.
those of you there that may have noticed that, that's all it takes to fill us up a lot of the time. So uh, yeah, Christine, I noticed Johnny didn't talk a whole lot while he was eating, so I know he thought it was good. Well, Elaine, Ginger's asking.
I am feeling some better today, yes. It's just this past week between the heat and everything else, it's just the excitement of meeting everybody. That was a lot of it. I was already tired, but then I didn't get much sleep because I was anxious to meet everybody.
That's
And
part of it, Melinda.
I am feeling a lot better today. It's just I'm still recouping though.
Having that have been great if you could have, but I'm just going to tell you, I was already around a couple of giants, Derek and Johnny. You'd have been adding a whole lot to that. And Johnny, I knew was a big man, but now Derek, he's a big boy, but Johnny and Derek, and folks have it too, for in case y'all don't know, they're the type of men that I grew up and knew all my life what is called a gentle giant. Now, don't mistake their kindness for weakness, because if you come off wrong with them, I guarantee you they will take care of business. But for as big and as strong as they are gentle giants. They will go through pains to keep from hurting you, uh, physically, mentally, or emotionally. Try it, Linda. He might not ever be right, but he ain't never wrong. But again, on Jesse, I'm going to tell you, that man is a man of deep respect and honor. He has fun on his channel, has a great time and all like that, but don't let that bug you. That man is a deep respect and honor. He's all about it. You know, we got to have a couple of short conversations and everything throughout the day. I'm going to tell you, that man tells you something, you can bank on it. Just like Johnny and Derek, every one of them there, actually. But Jesse, as much fun as he is, he's a deep thinker. and he holds respect and honor to a very high degree. And like I said, I was being honest. I liked him and everything, but I was on the fence about him. But after yesterday, folks, that man is legit. Just like all of them, he's as real as it gets. So, and again on Lisa, she'll give you a hug. You know God loves you. Yeah, you'll feel God's love in Lisa's hugs. Guaranteed. I know I did. So, but with that, there's always bittersweet to go in life. This morning, well, this afternoon, whatever time it was, uh, Pooch had made a post, and my condolences mostly to him because to this person's family, yes, but for me, mostly to Pooch because we lost a great one. Uh, Kickapoo Crafty Cat, but Donna Karen, however you say, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name. Uh, Departed this world, and from us, my condolences mainly to Pooch because she was so very dear to his heart, and so she has finally passed away. She suffered a lot. I hope she's in a good place now. Uh, so as great as yesterday was, like I said, there's always bittersweet. There's always potential of bad coming along with anything good, and as great as I felt yesterday, because folks, I tell you, I was swimming in an ocean of love yesterday. I mean, it was everywhere, and you couldn't help but be affected by it. Uh, Even one of the little servers that was out there, she got in with the fun, took a group picture for us uh, on 4 different phones, one at a time. But and I got to be next to Dot Roper in that picture. Uh, High honor for me.
And speaking of, anybody that's got a copy of that, please send it to me.
Yeah. Uh, so Kickapoo is going to be greatly and sorely missed.
Hey, Rainy Ridge.
Uh, by all of us, I know. I'm gonna get to that, Jesse. That was one of the surprises. At one point yesterday, I turned around. Like I said, every time I turned around, it seemed like I was getting surprised by something. But I turned around and I saw Christine holding this hat out to me, just like this. And all I could do was hug her. And she heard me fighting back, crying. Rainy Ridge! Mama Bear!
Hey, Mama Bear.
And to which she was just like, oh. And
Hey, Marianne.
took me a while to, Marianne Bimmer, how did you? And but Christine, here's something you don't know. Every time I've been to Biggins, I would eyeball this thing hard because I wanted one. And though it may have been from all of you were the one, you were the messenger, you were the one to deliver it. That's what you didn't know, was that I dearly wanted to have one of these. And it's even got a little piggy on there in red, white, and blue. You know, I know that's big as a stick, but it fits. So Johnny says they're wearing those hats right now. I don't know that I want to wear it. It's special. And Derek, in case you get to see this at some time, this hat is no less special. But I might wear it. I might not. I don't know. But what I'm thinking of doing is making me a shelf thing with cubbies in it to put all my hats to showcase them. Not the way you're thinking of it. Well, again, Christine, be that as it may, you were the one that brought it to me. And as I do with all of you, Christine, I hold you in a very high esteem.
Joey's comment from a while ago. He said,
Huh?
Piggy, can you bring some of that cake back? There's something about that, Joy, that's funny. We got home, and Piggy told me, he said, the icing slid right off of that cake. And I went in there last night for a lot, cut his face up, and I looked at it, and I told her, I said, honey, I said, that wasn't the icing slid off the cake, that was half the cake slid off the cake. So now we've got 2 single layer cakes in there instead of 1 double layer cake.
That's all right. We'll eventually get it each. She's thinking about freezing part of it so we can spread it out over some time. But I'm going to tell you what, that cake is awesome.
It's awesome. It is. It is so good. But it's sweet.
Oh, man. But, and don't get me wrong, I hold all of you in very high esteem. But, you know, folks, Christine is nothing less than a lady. All of them, all of the ladies are. But, yeah, there's different ways about each of you. And I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. But to me, you are all giants of stature compared to me. And that's the way I feel about it. Y'all may not see it that way, but that's how I see it. And to not only be recognized and acknowledged by people like you, uh, but to be loved the way y'all show me y'all love me is astounding. Uh, I got no words for it. I really don't. But the biggest thing that got me the most out of the whole day was what y'all called me when y'all sang happy birthday to me. It told me how special the love is that y'all have for me. And for anybody that wasn't there and don't know and hadn't heard about it, they call me Uncle Piggy. You know, and that's extremely special for me. Uh, y'all may understand. Linda, I know you do. And it is, you know, like I said, yesterday I had a birthday. The first birthday. Because it was the first birthday that I felt like it wasn't just another day. Y'all pulled off something I never thought would be possible. And that was for me to see my birthday as more than just another day. I will remember that for all of my life. Braining Ridge, I don't even know that Wonderful could cover it, but that's close enough. Uh, to be surrounded by that kind of love, I mean, I can imagine what the big meetups are like. I don't think I can handle a big meetup because with all that love, you know, it was all I could do to keep from breaking down yesterday. Christine knows that for a fact when she hugged me after giving me that hat. Well, that's a good question, Evan. But as I've told you before, you know, I call everybody young and old alike, because in one of my many encounters with God, He allowed me to see all of us through His eyes. Trust me, you're all youngins. Uh, there are some things I understand that, to a degree, that I know others don't. I know others have a suspicion of it, have an inkling of it, but God has brought me to understand things that most others aren't ready for. And I don't say that to make myself sound like something. It's just a fact of the matter. And I'm going to tell you, be thankful that God hasn't brought you there yet, if He ever will. Because to say that it's humbling is an understatement. To be made realize some of the things He's had given me to realize and understand. You know, I understand how He made all this, how He created all of it. I understand how there's four corners to the earth. I understand what's lying behind that veil that we can't see beyond. Uh, you know, and I understand just absolutely how young we really are. Uh, from the youngest of us to the oldest of us, we are all so very young to God. And so it's a humbling thing. And it's a thing of great responsibility. So I don't say that to make myself sound like anything and all that. Is, it's very humbling and it's very awing, awe-inspiring, because it's a great responsibility. And I tell folks, they're speaking with someone in messages, and they thank me for something I said. They really needed that today, and I told her, I said, I just speak the truth, because I would be remiss and in trouble with God if I speak anything other than the truth, especially concerning Him. You know, so uh, I was beyond ecstatic. I mean, how can you describe swimming in an ocean of love? Things you've never felt. Yeah, I felt it with Elaine. I used to tell Elaine when we first got together, I feel at peace when I'm with you. And she knew that was my way of telling her I loved her. Because love had no meaning to me whatsoever at that time. But she knew that's how I was telling her I loved her. Folks, I was at peace yesterday. And it was a wonderful thing. So, uh, I don't know how much longer I'll be on this live. I'll talk for a while and everything. It's probably going to be a lot of restating things I've already stated. That's just how it goes with me. You know, I'm uh, a lot of my life I felt pretty much totally alone in this world. I tell folks, "Well, virtually Troy, my boy."
Hey, Troy.
You know, a lot of this life I have felt totally alone by myself, fending for myself. But I tell folks I am a warrior of and for God. And sometimes you got to be that way, you know, in order to be what God needs you to be. But it's come a point in time in my life for God to show me some other things. When I met and got together with Elaine, I call her my angel because she literally saved my life. Because I was thinking of doing something once and for all, even knowing the consequences of what doing that would be. And God brought her into my life and saved me from that and saved me from being totally alone. Now, when we got into this YouTube thing, He has given me so much more than friends. He's given me family. Family that truly cares about me, loves me, thinks about me. Uh, People that actually care what happens to and becomes of me. I never really had that. Now I've got some friends in Menton. You know, they are really good and have been a part of that over the years since I've been with Elaine. But now it has grown so much. It blows my mind. Uh, and it's, I'm just kind of like, so this is what all those happy people have been feeling all this time. That's what that's like, you know. So God has brought me into a time where it's time for me to know what that is and experience it and be loved just for me. Didn't nobody want that for me except to hang out with me, you know. And I know there's a couple of times uh, Johnny he was hesitant to come over and hug on me. I could tell he wanted to, but he was hesitant. He was like, "Do I really get to do that? He's here. He's here." You know, well, Johnny, I was feeling the same way. But I got to meet Tim and Dana Mason. Dana was kind of sheepish about it because she's like, "I got to apologize to you." Huh? I've been calling you Miss Piggy all this time. I said, "Well, now you know." I said, "And if I was a Miss Piggy, I said, I'm the ugliest Miss Piggy you ever seen." Yeah, she smiled and laughed at that. It was a great time. You know, yeah, we didn't eat that much. We didn't,
We
yeah,
made up for it last night.
yeah, we finished it off. But, for me, it wasn't about getting food. You know, Joe and Ginger, they paid for our lunch. That was part of it. But I wasn't there for the food. I was there for all of y'all. That's what I wanted. Yay!
Hey, Derek.
Y'all get Derek is a big boy.
Yes.
Like Johnny. I came right here with him. We took pictures together and everything. Something about the mask coming out. I told him, I said, I said, in this position right here, I said, it might be a good thing I do have a mask on. He laughed. He said, yeah, right. Or something to that effect. You know, uh,
And hello to Regina too, even though she's not in here. I know
she might be listening in the background.
Derek
I,
had always said hi.
and I think yesterday may have been a big eye opener for Regina, too. She might come a little bit more out of her shell because she got to see all that love. You know, and Derek had gotten into this because I dared him to. And he took it, he ran with it. I think he's doing real good with it.
Yeah, and don't forget what I told you yesterday, Derek. Women will watch you wash dishes and clean house.
Oh, they will.
They will love it. Because they will definitely show their husband, see, he can do it, you can do it.
So they'll be going, see, see, and I can do that because I'm forced retired due to disability. So I got the time to be able to do that a little bit and help her in the kitchen. You know, but it's not a selfless thing for me. Randy, right? He would, and but it's a selfless thing for not a selfless thing for me. It's a selfish thing for me because I know I wash dishes. They're done and cleaned up and ready for the next time, so I have less time to wait for something else to be cooked. So when she goes in there to cook, she ain't got to worry about washing any dishes to have something to work with. They're all ready to go.
Well, what we don't tell everybody on there and really don't talk about is there's days, literally days, I wouldn't get video out at all. The Piggy wouldn't in there helping me do everything. Like, I just don't have the energy some days. So
we're both in such a shape that it takes both of us,
yeah, he helps me
literally.
do everything.
Me being an old Marine, I know how to work through things, even though I don't feel like it. I mean, there's days I shouldn't be doing anything. I do it anyway because it's got to be done. You know, and this she has problems standing up for any length of time. We got those stools in there. So me being the arms and legs, she can sit there and do what she got to do. And I can run back and forth, getting this, getting that, and then wash the dishes too, and everything, so that we can get this done. Just like when God laid it on her heart to do it, like, you do it anyway. So she went with it. She presented it to me, and I said, "Hey, no brainer, let's run it." And
It's been almost 3 years now.
right, Melinda, right. You know, Regina might can help you filming the fact that you're doing dishes and taking out trash, the things you do around the home to help out. You know, now I know not everybody can do it like that because the husband's out doing one thing. He's either at work, taking care of stuff outside and all like that, while the wife is inside or just outside of the house doing things
We're off working.
or off working and all like that. So it's taking the two of them to do everything that needs to be done that way. So I know not all have the time and opportunity to do as I do, you know, but those that can or could, you really should. And Derek, if you can wear a camera on you to show you doing that, or have Regina film it and doing all like that, yeah, Rainy Ridge is right. You'd likely go viral for that. Of course, you might also too have a lot of men ticked off at you because their wives, girlfriends be going up to, see, see, he works full time job. He works around the farm and he does this. See?
Well, I have to say, I was actually spoiled a little ahead of time because I got used to my Uncle Wayne. He would wash dishes for my group. So when Piggy took over washing dishes for me, I knew I had it made.
Yeah. Well, that's right, Derek. It would. Go for it. And, you know, you never know. That might put you on top of the world with that. You'd surpass us all. Might be your way there. Might be your ticket. You know. Uh, but it would be a great thing. Like Jesse told me that yesterday, we was talking about this right here. And I told him, I said, well, maybe some decade I'll give it up. And he said, no, don't do that. That's part of the intrigue. It's part of the mystery. He said, especially fun when newcomers come in, especially the trolls come in talking about it the way they do. He said, that's your stick. Johnny going live, he let it be known he going live, not like that. So any glimpses anybody got from the side or anything, that's on me because I wasn't fully aware I was when that happened. But he was aware of the fact that I didn't have my stick on. So he readjusted where his camera was looking. Jesse, he would not put his camera towards me unless I had my stick on. I might start calling it that now, my stick.
That's not a mask, that's a stick.
When they first said that, I held this up to it. I took my cane with me yesterday. Trust me, folks, I needed it. And that's exactly why I made it, in case I needed it. And yesterday, I needed it. That's right, Johnny. My stick.
You're gonna have to get on the ball and get my stick, get my walking stick made.
Y'all hear me getting my marching orders over here. I'll get caught up on some stuff and I'll go back to working on that thing. I may set up my belt sander and go to sanding them because I got 3 different sticks that I was going to put together and then whittle on. Because this is the length of stick she wants to walk with. It's more comfortable for her. So what I'm going to do is get these smoothed out, glue them together, and then use my plane to go around them until it's more circular. And then I'm going to take and make kind of a big groove wherever it is she shows me on there is most comfortable for her to fit her hand in so that she's got something to push down on while she's walking and something to lift it up with as she's going.
Something to hold on to if I have to fall on the ground.
Right.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, Jesse and Johnny were mentioning that when I was showing it to them. They're like, are you sure it's just a cave? I was like, well, I guess it could be useful in case there was a need. The only problem is the way my balance is, and ain't got the strength I used to have. It wouldn't do me no good to hit anybody with it. They'd just be looking at me like, really? Is that it?
You call that a stick?
But you know what? I ain't going to be too worried about that. Especially if I'm at places like I was yesterday among family like I was yesterday. I'm here to tell you, you got folks like Jesse, Johnny, and Derek around. Somebody start something on the Piggy,
Joe.
huh?
What's her name?
And
Joe.
old Joe, but beyond that, even more so if Maggie Moo is there, because I guarantee you that's a little honey badger. And if somebody coming to Piggy, it might be Derek, Johnny, and Jesse and Joe kind of hold her back. That little girl loves the Piggy. I'm not saying she does so more than anybody else, because I don't think anybody any greater or lesser in their love for the Piggy. But people's reactions to things is different.
Did you see people up in the sunshine together? But nobody mess with you.
Oh Lord of mercy, I don't know who'd be worse between Sunshine and Maggie Mag. But both of them, if you get them to come unglued, you just had a real bad day. But of course, with Joe, Johnny, Derek, and Jesse around, somebody starting something with the Piggy, they step up behind me. Uh, they'd be somebody kind to make their way out. 'Cause those are some big men.
I'm glad Gina had a great time. I know it was a rough ride on her. That 4.5 hours or something else.
Right? That's right, Derek. That Maggie Boo would be more than a handful that you wouldn't want to have to deal with if you made her mad. If she come unglued, you're done. But and I got to meet Nisi.
Yes.
I was really hoping I'd get to meet Nisi before she deployed, and I got to meet her yesterday. And a really nice and very respectful young lady. Uh, I like her, and it was a great honor for me to get to meet her. And I let her know, if she gets over there and she gets to feel in certain ways and she's not sure anybody else would really understand, hit me up. I added her to my Facebook friends today. Told her to hit me up. My Facebook Messenger is all time open for anybody who wants to message or FaceTime in. And Derek, you wouldn't have made it far. uh, that's like trying to take the Lone Ranger's mask right there. You might not like how you feel after it's done. That's how I knew he was there. We first pulled in. I looked over and I saw that hat sitting high, and I was like, "That's Johnny right there." And I knew they was there. I saw that hat. Most likely, Linda. Most likely. Like I said, Johnny's hat is like trying to take the Lone Ranger's mask. Well, Derek, if he hadn't caught you first, somebody else might have caught you and slowed you down for him to catch you. Pontoon Jody!
Hi, Jody.
Welcome in, welcome in. So, yeah, all around yesterday was just a terrific day. And like I told Ginger, I would endure the aches and pains and having overdone it a little bit every single day if I could have that every day. And I'd do it with a smile. But I got aches and pains going on now. Shoot, even the tops of my butt are sore. I think that's from where my back was getting to hurting me. And other muscles were trying to take up the slack uh, for the pressure on my lower back. But I'd do it again.
Yeah, Piggy slept good last night, I'll tell you that.
I went to bed, what, 10 o'clock
No, it was,
or 11 o'clock?
right. It might have been 10:30.
Yeah, I think it was early for the piggy, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's about 10:30 because I woke up about 12:30 hungry.
And I got up, what time today? 12:30?
Something like that, yeah.
You know, that's 14 and a half hours. So 14 to 14 and a half hours I slept and I didn't know a thing.
Um,
I got up twice to relieve the bladder.
Chris, we're still in the process of looking. We're still looking at that one spot we were looking at, but we pay the car off next month, and we can't do anything until we pay the car off.
Right.
So it's going to be after September before we can even attempt to do anything.
Chris, something you have to remember with us is, you know, we survive off my check. I'm just able to get a check. She manages the money, make sure it gets us somewhere. Oh, they're 10 killer, anything the Crockers do or anything like that, it would all be great. But I'm just not sure I could handle that much love all at once.
Hey, Skipjack Cindy.
Skip Jack. Because, of course, I wouldn't have to worry about one thing. Those things aren't held on my birthday. What popped up yesterday just happened to fall on my birthday. And I let Ginger know that in messages when she first approached me about inviting me down and everything. I told her, let me talk to Elaine. Elaine was like, sure. So I told Ginger, sure. And I told her, I said, yeah, it's going to be great. I said, because Saturday happens to be my birthday. And
Everybody in here take note that my mind's a whirling and a thinking, and I'm going to try to do some planning for next year because his birthday should be on a Sunday next year. But I'll probably do a party on the day before. I'm going to try to fix it to where I can get a place where everybody wants to show up and just have a big old get together. That's right, Dale.
would I happen to know who that man is, Dale? I thought you might have seen that. Because it is your turn. And I've had mine a couple of times now with all y'all. And I had that process with the card. People come out the woodwork to help in whatever way they could. And then yesterday, yeah, I mean, yeah. So, and Dale, on that, that's what God's way of showing you that your time will come, and you will have your times. So whatever trials, tribulations, and tests that we have to go through, things like that is God rewarding us with staying on that path, doing what He has for us to do. You know, I would dearly have loved being able to meet you yesterday. And yeah, I know you had other obligations and all that to attend to. But more than that, it wasn't time yet for us to meet. Not to mention, I don't think I could have handled the overload of love. But you know, when the time comes for us to meet, it'll be in the right place at the right time for the right reasons. Right, Derek. I mean, if if I'd have been able to, I'd still be there. I know you would, Dale. Can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to meet Nana 9 Acres either. Can't wait to get one of them Nana hugs. But Nana, I'm going to tell you, you got competition with Lisa, Jesse's wife. She gives a great hug. I'll say it again. She gives a hug like God's love. So you got competition there. The ship.
Next August is the cruise.
Okay, so Derek, you planning to go on that? Didn't know about that. Yeah. But everything was great. Now, like I said, we did have some bittersweet. I found out this morning. But that's just part of life. Death is as much a part of life as life itself. Because this life is just a precursor to the life that comes after. All right, Aaron, you take care. I'm glad you popped in.
You have a good day, hon.
But this life is just training. Not all will, not all will make it because not all uh, will be called, much less chosen. It's that's something I told Elaine the other day. That occurred to me. Where it says many are called, but few are chosen. But if you think about that, that means that not all are called. It says many are called and few are chosen, but not all are called and few chosen. So not everyone is called, much less chosen. You know, so as the Bible says, they're children of God, but they're also children of wrath. And so it's a blessing to be called. It's far more than a blessing to be chosen. Many are called. Some will try to answer that call, but still not be chosen because you know they won't be able to hang with it. Uh, Many won't answer that call at all. Because that's not what they want for life in this life. We know the feeling, Derek. So if you've not only been called but chosen, count your blessings. Because not only is it you chosen, of those that are called, not all are called. You know, there has to be wicked because God's word also says that He'll use the wicked to do His will. And that's where we get tested and tried. because of the wicked that are doing God's will as well, even though they don't know it. We knew what you were saying, Derek, but yesterday was my turn to be loved on. And I was swimming in an ocean of it, free to be me and wanted just for me. And all of you, whether you were there or not, forever have my gratitude and my love. Because as I end every video, Piggy loves you. Well, Piggy does. Piggy loves you. You know, likely beyond what you can imagine. Of course, then at the same time, as much love as in y'all's hearts, y'all might could. I've been on here on an hour, and I know Dale needs to focus on his devotional coming up. And Dale, you know I'm going to be there. So I'm going to wind this down, wind this up. Okay, I know I am loved beyond measure and more than I deserve. And I greatly thank each and every one of you for that love. And with that, I'm going to say, Piggy loves you.